going on YouTube? It is Dr. Drew back again with another video. I know it's been a while, but we're switching it up today. We're going to be showing you how to make a song in FL Studio, from the beat to the lyrics themselves. So yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so now you can see we're currently in FL Studio. We're starting off blank here, of course. And my first thing that you guys are going to have to do is download a drum kit. Now, for this drum kit, all you got to do is search free FL Studio drum kits. All they pretty much are little WAV files. And you can get them from this website, Timecodes. They're pretty good. I'm pretty sure these ones are royalty free. They also have loops and stuff that you can get into, like that one. Of course, you guys probably recognize that loop. But yeah, they have a bunch of stuff like that, and all you gotta do is download them, and you're good to go. They'll be in your FL Studio. Now, to get the drum loops in, all you do is take your downloaded folder and drag the folder into this right here. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Once you get that dragged in, you'll have a bunch of stuff like this. You'll have your 808s, claps, hats, and all that good stuff. Alright, so now that you got your drums downloaded, next we are going to be looking for a melody. So now this website I recommend going to is Looperman. They also have drum loops that you can download. They have melodies, a bunch of stuff. You could search in your favorite artists, whatever you want, and they have so many loops on here, and these ones are all royalty free.
Tell them to bring me my money. Yeah!
Anything you want, Looperman pretty much has it. Just sign up, and you get loops like this. That one's pretty fire. Stuff like this, all the way to stuff like this. So yeah, I'm going to look for a loop, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I found a loop that I want to use from Linux Beatmaker, so shout out to this guy. He made this loop with the guitar. But yeah, all we got to do now, click download, and download it right to your computer. Now once you download it, all you do is go into FL Studio, find where you downloaded it, and just drag it into your FL Studio. Alright, so now you got your melody dragged into FL Studio. You see you got your time up here with the metronome, so you want to figure out what the tempo of your beat is. So obviously it's not 133. Now the good thing about Looperman is a lot of times it'll tell you what key and the BPM, the beats per minute, it's going to be in. So of course this one's 166 as we see here. So all you got to do is right click on this number up here, type in a value, and then just do 166. And now you'll notice how it's lined up with that. And if we play it with the metronome, it's in time. Alright, so now you got it in time. What's next? So you want to click shift, hold down shift, and just left click on it and drag it over, and just do the same until you get as many as you need in here. So we want to make it pretty long because we want this to be going through the whole song. Alright, so now that we got this in here, we got it timed, we have the measures we want in here. Our next objective is to add in the drums. So you get that drum kit you just downloaded previously, and you want to bring in this channel rack right here. Go to all, and you see how it has pre-made ones in there. You don't really want to use those. You can, and you can make good songs off of them, but you want to use the ones you just downloaded. So you just left click over here wherever you downloaded it, and we're going to use this one, and we're going to do the hats, and we're going to do hat 1, and all you do is drag it into that channel rack, and it's right there for you. Now the hats are pretty simple. So once you have that hat in, all you do is right click on the hat you just dragged into the channel rack, and then you want to right click, fill each 2 steps, and boom, now you got this. So you're going to get that simple hi-hat pattern that 90% of your rap songs use. All you want to do now, once you have that in, is click pattern 1, and you want to drag pattern 1 into your song. I'm going to drag it in around here, so we have this little measure as a intro. So now we got this hi-hat pattern into the song. Now, as you notice, it cut off right there. So what we want to do is we want to extend this a little bit. So we want to go to about halfway through the loop. So about right here. And that's about halfway. And you want to go back to the channel rack, and you just want to find where that piece is right here. You just want to scroll over until you see where it fills up like that. So now this whole thing's going to be filled up, and it's going to play through this whole part. Now, if you want to add a little bit of sauce onto your hi-hats, I recommend you doing something like this. So you see how it's just every other note pretty much. So you want to find somewhere, right there, I added one more in between. It gives that little triplet. So there you go. And you could just do that throughout your hi-hats. You could change it up a bit so it like repeats twice. Something like that. And this is the easiest way to do the hi-hats. If you really want to get really extra with it, you could change all the velocities, and then you can do like reverse hi-hats and all that good stuff. So that's how you get more advanced, changing the pitch and all that good stuff. But yeah, that's your hi-hats right there. Alright, so we got the hats in now. Next, we're going to move to the clap/snare. Do the same thing before, drag it into that channel rack. And all you got to do is add in your claps/snares. So you go. So you do. Alright, so now we got our literal snare pattern that we want here. And I'm just going to have that repeat. So I'm going to Control A, Shift, drag over to the next line. Now it's going to repeat. And it's going to fill in the rest of that. So that's all you really have to do for snare. Same thing, concept. And then you can go into the piano roll if you want to change it up a little bit. And actually what I'm going to do now is I'm going to change this to rim. So it's going to sound a little softer for this song. Now you got the snare in your drums. We're going to add in the kick right here. So we're just going to look for a kick. I kind of like this one, so we'll just do that. We're going to put it on the first beat. We're going to do it like that.
Boy, if you don't...
Now, doing the drums, it's all about just getting a feel for the song. And you kind of want to envision in your mind how you want to sing on this beat. Because, of course, we're going to be singing on here. And you want to just keep in mind, like, how you want to have the singer react to the beat. So, I kind of like that little kick right there that we did. And we're just going to do the same thing we did with the rim, where we just have it repeat. Alright, so we're going to pick an 808 we want. I'm thinking, I like this one usually. Where is it? Yeah, I like this one right here. But what you want to do is left click on your 808, right click on this waveform down here, edit an audio editor, click this little thing right here, and then click detect pitch regions, and that will show you the note of your 808. So this one's already in tune, because tuning your 808s is really important. And since this one's already in tune, we don't have to do anything. Now, if it says something like a G or E, then that means it's out of tune, and you probably want to tune it so that each note you play on the keyboard is going to match up with that note. So what we want to do is go back to this, click this thing right here, and then you'll see the keyboard down here, and you see it's selected to C, which is the right note it's in now. But if it was a G, you just want to go, yeah, this would be a G right here, and you just want to select it to that if it says G. So that way when you play the C note on the keyboard, it would be the right note. Second thing you want to do once you got it in tune, you want to right click on that 808 and click cut itself. So that way if I have this off and I play like this, you see how it like messes up it like distorts it a lot. But if you go like this, it doesn't distort it like it did before if you had that off. So once you tune the 808 and you do the cut itself, what I like to do to make sure I'm playing the right notes is I like to add a auto key. Now, if you don't have Antera's auto key, you won't be able to do this. But another way you can do it is just look online. Or if you play piano, you already know what your keys are. But since this song was in F sharp minor, and we could tell by looking at the key here, we're going to click that on here. And as you can see, it highlights the notes that we would use. So you want to click back here. All right, here we go. All right, so now you have that up. You have this. Now you can play on your keyboard, and you can just play to the song. I'll just keep it on F sharp usually. So F sharp minor is our key, so we can use any of the keys on here when you click this. any of these keys highlighted and it will be the right key. So now that I figured that out, I'm going to get these 808 patterns in. All right, so I just finished the 808 pattern, and I also added an open hat, and I changed up the rim shot a little bit. And then all I did was I go into here, or not here. You click that pattern where it says pattern 1 that we saw before, and all you're going to do is right click, and then you're going to find split by channel. And what that's going to do is separate all the drums into their own little name so that you can organize it a little bit better. So this is what the drums are going to sound like with just the drums. And all I did with the 808 was I took that F sharp note that we were using in that key, and I just played it along to the beat. And then I took a D sharp and to spread it out so it gets that little high pitch. So it's a little variation in there. Yeah, but that's how you get your drum set up. All right, so next on the list, you got your drum set up, you got the melody in check, you got everything ready. Now all you want to do is organize your beat. So you're going to take all those drums that you just did and you want to spread them across the beat. So like say I want this to be just the intro, I'm going to have no drums here. And then when it gets here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the 808, take out the kick maybe, and the open hat. I'm just going to have it like this. So it's kind of like a slow build up right here. And then what I'm going to do next, maybe I'll have it drop here. And then what I did was right here, I kind of want it faster. So I did that 2-step hi-hat here instead of the 1-step right here. So the 1-step, all I did was I did fill every 4 notes so it doesn't have the it has the because I wanted this part to be slower. So now I have 2 different hi-hat patterns in here. So I have this one and then it goes into this one. So it's pretty simple. You kind of just want to plan out how you want your song to go, where you want the verse, the hook, and all that stuff. And you just want to fill out the rest of the song, and you can have like slower parts, faster parts. You can even like cut it off a little bit. So say I want it to drop right here. And you just decide like how you want to set up the song pretty much. So it's not too hard. You just got to, like I said, plan out where you want your vocals to be and how you want to sing it. All right, so I now have arranged the beat in the way that I wanted it. So kind of be something like this. I'll have like the intro up here. And then it's going to go slow. And then it's going to go into that mini drop. I didn't add the 808s yet here because I wanted to like a slower drop, but it still gets that punch in. And then it's going to drop right here. And then right here, like I said, that little delay drop. And then I added some slower parts. And then the outro. So this is how I arranged it. Now all that's left is to mix it. Alright, so mixing is probably going to be one of the hardest parts that you have to do. So for this mix, here's what I did. Now, to set this up right, what you want to do is you want to go into that channel rack that we were in before. And you want to put the hats. You want to put everything in a separate track pretty much. So I put the loop in track 1. I put the hats in track 2. The snare in 3. Kick in 4, 808 in 5, and then I had an open hat, so I just put that in 6. So for the loop, I dropped it down a little bit, and the hats come in. I have the hats around 15. Then the rim shot I have around 12. I dropped that down a little bit. And then the kick comes in. The kick I have a little bit louder than everything else at 9 decibels. And then when the 808s come in, I have that pretty high. I have it at 0. Now, you're going to have to adjust this a lot. Depends on your liking, how you want the song to be. That way, everything sounds balanced. Alright, so now that you got everything set up, the whole beat is pretty much finished. You just mixed it, and now it's ready to go into a blank template with your vocals. And yeah, we're ready to export it. So you just click export, and it will finish up. Then you want to click file, new from template, and then just click empty so nothing's on there. So then all you want to do is drag in the beat we just made, and that's pretty much it. And then you're ready to start putting your lyrics on the beat. Alright, so now we got the beat in here. I did a little fade out at the end. Now all you got to do is add in your presets. So here's the one I'm using, and then when you have that on the track, you want to click where it says none, and then you want to click 1 or whatever your mic is. If you're using a audio interface, then you want to click 1. typically. So this is what I sound like with this preset. And if I turn it off, this is what it sounds like. Now that's there. Then I have this ad-lib that I use, some auto-tune, couple compressors, pretty standard that you'll find. And this is what my ad-lib sounds like for this song. So as you can tell, it's a pretty big difference between the ad-libs and the main plugin. All right, so now you got your main plugins set up. You got your vocal plugin, and then you got your ad-libs. What you want to do is set it up for recording. So pretty much what I do, I go to audio settings. Now make sure you select whatever you use specifically. So for me, it's the Focusrite ASIO because that is my interface that I use. If you have a USB mic, then you need to use the FL Studio one. And try to get your buffer length as low as possible so that way it's less delay, because the more buffer length you have, the more delay you're going to get. So for this, you want to select your mic. So you just click input and then you select your mic. Then you want to select output and then your headphones or speakers that you're using. And that's pretty much it for that. Then you can just exit that out. And then like we did earlier, you do click none on your preset, and then you want to click your mic. And that's how you set your mic up. Now to record, you want to, when your mic is selected, you want to make sure this red dot showing at the bottom. And then you want to click this up top. So now when we play it, you're going to hear the song, and now you're going to hear me on the beat. So I can be like, you've been on my mind. So something like that. But yeah, so I already have lyrics written now. So I'm gonna record my vocals real quick. So I'll be back. Alright, so I just finished doing the vocals and the ad-libs. So here's my vocals with the song now. So let's hear what this sounds like. Yeah. You've been on my mind. You know I'm the one waiting in line. Ain't no need for questions, wasting time. I just got rich in the day. Now you come back for the money I make. Now I got other girls showing me cake. So yeah, that's what the vocals sound like with the beat and the ad-libs. Yeah, now this song's pretty much ready. The last thing we're going to do is master it. Now for me, all I did was drag in another one of Gunner's plugins. And this is another plugin where you can adjust how it sounds. Now, I had kept the widen where it was. I turned up the lows a little bit. And I turned down the magic a little bit because it was a little bit too harsh. And then the soft clipper is good so it doesn't distort your song. And this is without the master. You know I'm the one waiting in line. And this is with the master. You know I'm the one waiting in line. Ain't no need for questions, wasting time. See, it's kind of like more muffled a little bit, more muffly sounding. But then when I turn it on, you know I'm the one waiting in, it kind of pops out more. The vocals, the loop pops out more. So all around it sounds pretty good with that master that we just did there. And I think this song's ready to go. So all you're going to do now when your song's ready, same thing we did before with the beat. You're going to export it, and then you can export it as a WAV file. And just click save, and then your song's ready. Now all you have to do from there is upload it to all your platforms that you want to do. And that's pretty much it. You got your full song ready to go. But I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy this video. This song is going to be dropping on Monday on every platform. Links will be in the description to all my platforms. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what songs you guys make, and hopefully this helped you out a ton. Please leave a like, please subscribe, and peace out. In your love and I never would have left you. Then you did me wrong. Now I'm singing the song. Yeah. I just got rich in the day. Now you come back for the money I make. Now I got other girls showing me